Hey, greetings, brothers and sisters at Teamsters Local 320. My name is Ken Sagar. I'm president of the Iowa AFL-CIO. We've had a pretty tough go of it here over the last few weeks. Our legislative session is not going really well. In fact, it's going really bad. If you think about what happened with your neighbor to the east about 5-6 years ago, Act 10, I think they called it, really punished public sector workers. It really had a major impact on the number of union people in the great state of Wisconsin. I think they lost over 130,000 union positions. That's a tough hit for anybody. Here in Iowa, we just got pounded with a public sector bargaining bill that is actually in some ways worse than the one in Wisconsin. 184,000 of our brothers and sisters in the trade union movement have lost fundamentally all of their bargaining rights, with the exception of the right to bargain over wages. And that is limited to a maximum of 3% or the CPI, whichever is lower. So it's not a good situation. This week we're tackling the issues that are before us, which are the gutting of our 106-year-old workers' compensation law, the attack on voters by limiting the number of days that you can early vote, by requiring voter IDs. The list goes on and on. They are just devastating the rights of workers in this state. And the reality here is that all of this was made possible last November 8th because people did go to the polls, or in some cases didn't go to the polls. The decision to allow these people to destroy our workers' rights in this state was made by the people at the polls and by the people who didn't go to the polls. I cannot emphasize enough how critically important it is for you to be involved with your local union's political program. I don't care if you're Democrat or a Republican, but can you stand up for worker rights? Because that's the key thing. Too many people vote on things that don't affect your pocketbook, your wallet, your income, the support and security for your family. It's absolutely critical that you make the effort to be an engaged citizen. Democracy is not a spectator sport. You need to be involved. When 320 comes around and talks to you in the workplace, engage. If they ask you to volunteer to do something, step up. You can make a difference. Don't do what happened here. You don't have to go through that. You don't have to experience for yourself all the bad things that happen in Wisconsin. Minnesota is in pretty good shape right now because you have a governor who's willing to stand up for workers. But he's going to stop at the end of the next election cycle. He's stepping down. You better have somebody in mind. You better work to make sure you elect people in the House and the Senate who have the interests of working people in mind. If you do that, your state, your family, your circumstances will be better, I promise you. You don't have to go through what we're going through now. It's going to take us maybe a decade, maybe longer, to get our rights back. Don't do what we did. Thank you, and I appreciate your participation in your union activities. Participate in democracy, please.